SmartLightDimwit.
Hey, welcome to SmartLightDimwit, the channel for intelligent lighting design and intelligently designed lights. We've got something truly mesmerizing to talk about this week: Novatropes Strobe Boxes. And before we begin, I've got to apologize in advance for some of the shots you'll see in this video. Novatropes are notoriously difficult to film, so in certain instances you may notice banding and other anomalies as I struggle to get the picture right. Now that that's out of the way, it's that time of year again, and you may be in the market for a truly unique gift for that special someone, or perhaps you're just treating yourself. Either way, allow me to introduce Novatropes. These exotic wood boxes are handmade in your choice of ebonized ash, white oak, zebrawood, padauk, or black walnut. Novatrope Strobe Boxes were first introduced on Kickstarter in late 2019, but they've kept a low profile. Creator Brandon K estimates they've constructed only around 650 of them thus far, and as each is handmade in a garage workshop by Brandon and his father, it's easy to understand why you may not be familiar with them. Novatropes are more akin to illuminated art than practical lighting, and have just updated their hardware to the Strobe Dock Infinity. So let's dive right in and take a look at what makes Novatropes the perfect device for anyone who loves light, math, or spirituality. Novatropes are a modern interpretation of zoetrope sculptures, based on the Fibonacci sequence. You may have heard of the golden ratio, a number which is derived from the Fibonacci sequence, which often appears in mathematics, art, architecture, and even naturally occurring phenomena such as flower petals, pine cones, hurricanes, spiral galaxies, the human body, and even in the flight of birds. Combining these sculptures with strobe lights creates stunning visuals that can both capture the imagination and quiet the mind. Novatrope Strobe Boxes are a unique blend of art and technology. Essentially, they are small handcrafted boxes equipped with a motor and a ring of LED strobe lights that, when paired with a 3D printed zoetrope sculpture, create stunning optical illusions. Novatropes has done an excellent job with the packaging. Everything is neatly arranged, and you can tell they've put thought into the user experience. The Strobe Dock Infinity arrives fully assembled. It comes with a clear set of instructions, and you'll have it up and running in just a few minutes. You simply attach the sculpture of your choosing, replace the glass and copper dome, and power up the device. Once it's spun up, the magic happens. Novatrope Strobe Boxes use a combination of strobe lights and carefully crafted visuals to create an illusion of endlessly cascading movement in 3 dimensions. The range of visuals is impressive, from geometric patterns that dance up or down to intricate designs that seem to materialize out of nowhere. Novatrope Strobe Boxes offer a mesmerizing visual feast. With the Tentapod or filter feeder sculptures, it's like having a living organism right on your desk. The Novatrope Strobe Box is not just a gadget, it's a conversation starter. Everyone who sees it wants to know more. No matter which wood you choose, each kit includes 2 Novatrope sculptures, the polylotus and fractal spikes, a glass and soldered copper dome, or you can, by request, opt for the acrylic dome from the previous generation's design, a 12-volt wall adapter, and of course the Strobe Dock Infinity. All Strobe Docks are assembled to order by hand by Brandon and his father. Please account for 3 to 5 business days before your shipment leaves their workshop. Also, the Strobe Boxes have a wait list. Brandon had the following to say about that list. Our current reliance on the waiting list has been a great way to act as a buffer, so I don't overcommit and accidentally make people unhappy. Ultimately, I'd like that to come down to a week or less, but the reality is that we're just a father and son and friend making these out of a home workshop. If people feel like they'd like to own one as well, then we'll be happy to oblige, but we're not some large corporation churning out product to hit a bottom line. We just love making Novatropes and want to share them with whoever feels the same, and can be patient with our less than corporate pace. Strobe Dock Infinity has the following upgrades: full spectrum color control, a considerable leap from the previous 7 shades, a redesigned circuit board for fine-tuned interaction, a dedicated God mode which allows you to access frequencies between the presets, a new LED indicator push-button power switch, and a new machined aluminum control knob. A quick swap motor mount, so down the line if your motor wears out, replacing it will require much less effort. Lastly, they've included a full-color sleek instruction booklet that can sit just beneath your dock. Novatrope strobe boxes are not inexpensive, but bear in mind that they are handmade using premium materials, and by using this link, you'll save 15% off your purchase, which depending on the type of wood you choose results in savings of almost $100. On top of that, in tandem with Novatropes, I have a very special offer for one viewer. As mentioned, the strobe boxes come with 2 Novatrope sculptures included, Poly Lotus and Fractal Spikes. But the first viewer to place a new order for one of the strobe boxes will receive a third sculpture, my favorite, the Tentapod, for free. Including shipping, that's an additional savings of over $50. Now I only have one of the Tentapod sculptures to give away, so sign up for the waitlist on the strobe box you want, and Brandon K over at Novatropes will let me know the first person that mentions SmartLightDimwit when placing their order, and I will send the Tentapod sculpture at no charge to you. Again, mention SmartLightDimwit when placing your order, and if you are the first, you'll win the beautiful and eye-catching Tentapod. I prefer to use my Novatrope Strobe Box Infinity as a focal point during meditation, but I also catch myself staring at it throughout the day. The Whisper Quiet motor performs at all frequencies beautifully. I come across all sorts of products that incorporate light, but few do it as elegantly as Novatrope. There are more sculptures planned for release in the near future. And for those of you that have a 3D printer and a courageous heart, Brandon has made several of the sculptures as STL files available to download at no cost on Thingiverse. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. And until then, peace and illumination.